Hi, you guys. Welcome back to Just One Ebony's YouTube channel. My name is Ebony. If this is your first time, welcome. Come right on in. See what we have for you guys today. And today we got a lot of news from ThredUp. It's breaking news, you guys. Like, we knew it was coming, but this is not how we expected it to be, or at least how I expected it to be. So we're going to get right into it, and I'm going to share with you guys what's going on with ThredUp and what email I got today. If you have not already, please hit that subscribe button and the notification bell so you know when I upload the next video, as well as give me a thumbs up for this video. Yeah, so I'm just informing you guys. I'm just a messenger informing you guys on what's going on with ThredUp. I got an email today, and today is November 9th. And whew, yeah, we're gonna go through it. We're gonna see. So, like, we got a lot of stuff to get out here, and I don't know if you guys got the email today from ThredUp, but yeah, we're gonna get into it. We're gonna talk about it, and we're gonna break it down. And I sent some messages. I actually chatted with some representatives from ThredUp to kind of see what's going on, what like to clarify some information. So I'm going to share with you guys what I found out so that you guys know if this platform is going to continue for you guys. Because at this point, I don't know. I don't know if I should quit because it's a lot. It's a lot of changes. So let's just jump right in. I feel like they lied to us, you guys. They lied because on October, I believe it was like October 7th or um, October 6th, somewhere along that time frame, that I sent them a message, which I will put here, because I was asking them about the changes that they were taking place. Like they had updated and just changed all of a sudden. And I said, I was wondering, are prices going to be changing soon? For what percent we can list items at? Because I have been hearing a lot about a glitch that happened on yesterday that said we can only set the price at 50% of ThredUp price for items. And this is what they told me. They told me while we do plan to change our pricing model in the future, at this time we reverted the change, and all listings can be adjusted up to 80% of the estimate retail price. Note that we are still seeing some errors on listings that are above 50%, and we're working to get these fixed for you as soon as possible. But this is the part. We sincerely apologize for the frustration this has caused. This change was not intended to impact items already priced at 80% of estimated retail price. And know that we will give you 30-day notice to our sellers before a similar change goes into effect. That's what they told me. They said, you can see it here, that they will give a 30-day notice. So was that the notice? I mean, what was that the notice? Because as of today, they sent out a message that basically seems like it was taken in effect like immediately. So we'll get to that now. So let's just go to the email so we can kind of piece by piece go through and see exactly what they're changing and what they said about that change. So getting to the email, they basically said to our loyal seller community. We hope you're all doing well. We just wanted to let you know about some updates we are making to our clean out service. None of the changes listed below impact your potential payout for items currently listed on our site at one of our distribution centers or in transit to one of our distribution centers. Our goal at ThredUp is to extend the life of clothing and give as many items as possible a second life. When we set out to provide the most convenient clean out service 11 years ago, we built our platform for consumers to clean out their closets a few times a year. Looking back, we didn't anticipate many of the ways that the perks of our service would be used by our most active sellers. Can we talk about shade? Go ahead and sip the tea, you guys. Sip the tea because they are like shading like us resellers. I guess because they didn't intend for the platform to be used in that way, meant that they weren't expecting resellers to basically go on the platform and sell items in the way that we do. So yeah, they're throwing shade. But let's continue on. Okay, so specifically, we have learned that some sellers have found loopholes in our system that end up taking advantage of these seller perks. What loopholes they are talking about, I'm not sure. I'm not sure if it's the fact that we order, more than one box at a time or bag at a time. I don't know what loopholes they ask or they're speaking of. I know I haven't, but maybe some people using basically signing up again using a different email if they were unable to get bags on their other email. I don't know. I don't know what loopholes they're talking about, but they're throwing so much shade right now. So much shade. So, at the same time, we appreciate that so many of you have found success with our service, and we are actively working to tailor the experience of your needs. So then they brought it back in, trying to be like, oh, well, we appreciate you guys, even though this is not what it was intended for. We appreciate you guys because y'all made us some money basically. As we work to optimize our platform for all of our sellers, we are making updates to some of our current features to ensure we're keeping our mission at the center of how we operate. They said apologies for the long email, but we believe it is important to be transparent with you as we explain the rationale for each of the following updates. So we shall see, because we're going to start with the updates that they're going to do. You guys, I don't know. I understand why it's a long email because they have to explain everything that's going to be happening and that's going to be changing. But what I don't understand is why they didn't give a 30-day notice. This is not 30-day notice. And you'll see why it's not 30-day notice as I continue on. So let's talk about reclaim fees. This is the section that they're talking about what's going to change with the reclaim fees. For newly listed items, if you increase an item's original listing price by more than 50% and decide to reclaim that item, there will be a $5.99 fee per item to have it returned to you. We've heard your feedback and know how important it is for you to control pricing. With this policy change, we're protecting that ability while also ensuring our marketplace is balanced for all of our thrifters. When an item's price is increased by more than 50% over what we recommend, the chances of it selling within its consignment period is greatly reduced. Reclaiming items is also costly as we incur additional shipping charges and utilize operational resources for processing items. So, we understand. We understand that it does come at a cost for them to send items that we reclaim. We understand that. We know maybe there could have been a change, but $5.99 per item to reclaim it, that's a hefty fee. You know how many items sometimes we send? Like that is a lot of money per item. And then it says this change applies to any kits sent back to ThredUp starting today, November 9th, 2020, and does not apply to kits that we have already received or currently in transit. So the items that they already have for me, the items that they already have from you guys, they're not going to change that. Or the items that are on the way to them, they're not going to, make you, if you reclaim or price it over the 80% $5.99 fee. That's what they say, but we'll see. You know how glitches happen, how things happen. So you guys got to make sure that you're paying attention, because they might slip up and try to put that $5.99 per item fee on you. If you know, even though it's an item that you already sent. So keep records, you guys, because as these changes happen, there are going to be some type of mishaps that are going to happen, and they're going to want to charge for things that shouldn't be charged for. So keep records, keep your items and your, you know, your inventory in order of what you're sending to them and what you have sent and what's in transit, because I feel like something's going to happen where they're going to get so mixed up with all the changes that they're, you know, putting into place as of today, and then, you know, trying to make sure that they don't charge for the items that, you know, are already sent. So it's going to be some mix up. So make sure you recording the dates that you sent these items and when, you know, they're processing these boxes or these bags, you know, make sure, because if it's before November 9th, they shouldn't be tagging those fees on to you guys if you know, put your price up over the 50%. Now, I did send them, you know, some information, asking questions about the pricing changes. And what I said to them, so how does the 50% of item pricing work? They said, good question. So you're still welcome to adjust your item up to 80% of the estimate retail price. However, if you adjust the price to more than 50% above ThredUp's listing price, you'll be subject to a $5.99 reclaim for that item if you choose to reclaim it. I asked, will the system have a calculator or tell you if it is over that amount, or do you have to complete your own calculations? They say, yeah, we would never make you do that for each one. The system will warn you if you're setting your price above the 50%. So yeah, some will warn you and let you know that you're going to be over the 50% of what you can list your item at. So that's good to know that at least the system will, you know, let you know, because, you know, you don't want to just go in like blindsided and pricing items and then they're like, oh, this is over the 50% mark. And, you know, it's a whole big thing right now. It's going to change a lot of things dealing with the platform and a lot of things to keep up with. So I don't know if I'm prepared for all of that or want to even do all of that. And is it worth all of that? I don't know. So let's go on to the next um, change that they're doing. And this is the reclaim window, you guys. So we'll read it straight from the email. Reclaim window. Sellers can reclaim their items only during the last 7 days of their consignment window. While this is not technically a change to our sellers' terms, we know you are used to being able to reclaim any item after the first 7 listing days. We understand that this seller perk has been used in the past to support cross listing on other platforms. However, our cleanout service is not intended for that purpose. When we invest in processing costs, listing, marketing, shipping, it's important for us to give items a fair chance to sell. Claiming items is also costly as we incur additional shipping charges and utilize operational resources for processing items. Yeah, I'm so like, ugh, about all of this that I'm just can't even talk. So they're basically saying like before, like even one of my videos I just did before about the processed box that they or bag that they did. I was like ready to reclaim some items because they priced them way too low, and you know I basically wasn't going to get my money back for them because they priced them lower than what I actually paid for it. So I was going to reclaim it after 7 days, but guess what? At the very bottom of this, it says, we will enforce our existing seller terms on the reclaim window effective immediately. Immediately, you guys. So basically, if you have items that are listed and you thought you were going to reclaim them, you know, because if they didn't sell within the 7 days because they really priced them too low, you can't reclaim them. I looked at my platform, at the platform, I looked at my selling items, and the reclaim button gone. And most of my items, like the least amount of time my items had was maybe 20 days. And I can't reclaim any of them because like it says, it has to be 7 days before the expiration date. So sellers can reclaim their items only during the last 7 days. So the last 7 days of the item, you can reclaim. So that puts a lot of pressure on you to make sure, okay, let me make sure I get within this time frame, this week, basically, to reclaim my items. Because if not, you remember what happens if you don't reclaim your items. It becomes the property of ThredUp. So you have to do a lot of work if you have a lot of items to remember when things are going up. I'm sure they'll probably send out, some information like they do now, sending an email letting you know your items are going to be up soon. But still, it's a lot. And I think I did ask a question about that, which I will show you guys here. And I did. I said, okay, last question. So, items you want to reclaim, you have to wait until 7 days before expiration. They said, sorry for my delay. That's correct. And that's pretty much it. So, when it comes to that, you basically have the 7 day window to reclaim your items. And that 7 day window is the last 7 days of the item listing. So that just, I don't know, that really sucks. And I hate the fact that they put it in effect immediately. You had no opportunity at all to, basically, besides today, you would have had to like kind of know something was coming up. We knew something was coming, but we didn't know like that. I thought they were going to give, just like they said, a 30-day notice. Like if they wanted something to happen today, this email would have came through. It wouldn't say effective immediately. I would have thought this email would have said, effective 30 days from now. This is what we're going to change. This is what's going to happen on the ThredUp platform. So you can make decisions of if you had boxes, things that you're going to send out, you had decisions to be able to make and you had time to be able to make those decisions. But it seemed like they just like, bam, again, once again, it's like they didn't like learn from before when they just did this last month and just changed things. At least they're, I guess, sending an email out before they actually changed it. But effective the same day, like literally the same day. Not cool, ThredUp. Not cool. Like I don't even know. It's a lot of it's a lot of stuff I have to say about it, but like, I mean, we always say it is not our platform. It is someone else's platform. What they do with it is what they do with it. It's either we decide to use the platform or not. But at the same time, fair is fair. And to me, it sometimes seems very unfair to treat people, or treat your sellers, your consumers, your people like this. Because not only will this affect your sellers, this will affect your consumers because you're going to see, I think they're going to see the different items they receive now. I think a lot of people are going to hold back and not send items or send stuff that's just really not up to par of what they're used to seeing. Because if we have to wait and we want, if we're sending higher end items, yeah, you might feel okay with paying the $5.99 per item to get it back. But imagine if you're sending something more than one time, like you have to actually just change your whole business model. Because if you send something more than once to them, and if you have to pay $5.99 to get it back, it's yeah, that it could add up. And then by the time you actually sell it, you gotta count, what you paid for it, the cost of your goods, the $5.99 that you had to pay once before, and who knows how many times you sent it if you had to pay $5.99, before that. So it just can add up, and you really have to address it in the right way or approach it in the right way if you guys decide to still send items to ThredUp. Of course, you guys, there are more changes. That's not all. They said a long email. It's a long email. So the next one is discounts, you guys. We are eliminating the discount cap if you increase an item's original listing price by more than 50%. Currently, we cap all discounts at 20% when calculating an item's payout. When an item's price is dramatically increased, it often only sells when a discount is applied. Again, this change is being made with the goal of balancing your ability to control pricing and our ability to operate a thriving, dynamic marketplace for secondhand clothes. This change applies to any kits sent back to ThredUp starting today, November 9th, 2020, and does not apply to kits that we have already received or are currently in transit. So what does this mean, you guys? So I believe they're basically saying that if you price your item according to what the new structure is of, no more than 50%, they will, if someone purchases an item, they will cap that discount at 20%. So if that discount is supposed to be 35%, they'll only cap it at 20%, I guess, of you taking, basically that coming off of your pay, of your payout. But if you decide to put your price over the 50% threshold that they're setting, you can do so up to the 80%. But if you do so, whatever that discount is, they will not cap it. It will be, it says we are eliminating the discount cap if you increase over the 50%. So basically, if it's over 50%, you yeah, if they have a 35% off coupon, then it's 35% off. 50% is 50%. I'm not sure how their coupons work as far as how far up they go, but yeah, if they have a coupon for it and you've priced it over the 50% mark, then you're going to be taking up, over that 20%, whatever that coupon is for. So I did ask about that, and let me go to that and pull it up for you guys. Because I asked a lot of questions, so I had to find it. So I said, hello, I am trying to understand the changes ThredUp has made as of today, and I want to understand the discount change and the 20%, please. And I said the discount cap. They said, what did they say? Okay. So they said, hello, Ebony. Thanks for reaching out to the ThredUp support team. Promo codes impact your payouts up to 20%. If the item is left at the ThredUp listing price or raised to 50% above the ThredUp listing price, if you raise your price more than 50% above the ThredUp listing price, your payouts will be subject to promo codes above 20%. So if somebody has a promo code that they found for 50% off and you have listed your item for over the 50% that, threshold that ThredUp, really wants you to go by, if you go up to that 80% mark, then if they have 50% off coupon, that promo code is going to apply and you will be taking up the slack of that promo code. They won't cap it at the 20%. It will be the 50%. So that will take a hit. And like all of this is very unpredictable because you don't know. We can't control the promo codes that they offer, the things that they have. But at least if if we have a cap, then we know, okay, no more than 20% that our item will fall below. But if we have no cap because we've listed over that threshold that ThredUp wants you to meet or stay at under, then you could be taking a huge hit. And you just don't know. You don't know until somebody uses this promo code and bam, you get, maybe something for it, maybe hardly nothing. Because then again, after the promo code, they only pay you a certain percent per, item. So then it depends on what that percentage that they're actually paying you for the specific item that you have. So, yeah, that's a lot. So I don't know, you guys. As I'm going through, I'm just like, I'm hearing all the cons. I'm not hearing the great stuff. I understand that it is a platform that has to make money. It didn't realize that it would be this popular. They didn't realize that it will blow up. But that's a lot of businesses. Don't you want your business to be popular? Don't you want your money to be flowing in? To me, I understand that shipping is costly for them. And maybe they could make some changes, but they should think about maybe they should have just asked, ask some questions, ask us for feedback, which they're asking in this email. But this email they're asking for feedback, this is after the fact, after you put it out. Like, could you have asked and see, okay, maybe would this change work? Or what else could we do in order for us to be able to make money, but at the same time allow resellers to be able to send items? I think it's a better way, but they just haven't figured it out and they're just kind of tweaking and making changes. But soon enough, like if they continue to make such drastic changes and all at once, like it's going to deter a lot of business that they have, whether it be sellers or, consumers. So I don't know. A lot of changes is happening and it's happening so fast. So let's get on to the next change, you guys. The next change is expediting processing, which I think I've addressed in another video. But yeah, they're making some changes. So, expedited processing. Due to high volume and current safety precautions, expedited processing time is currently at 3 weeks. We are also temporarily limiting kits with expedited processing to 2 per seller per month. 2, you guys. Just 2. And that's per month. As many of you know, we currently have an unprecedented 15-week kit backlog. And in the interest of fairness to the entire ThredUp seller community, we want to ensure we are able to process all kits as quickly as possible. This change is effective immediately. Not, not later, immediately. Today. So starting today, if you have not, which I did ask, I asked about like kits that we already have that we pay for expedited processing. So I'll tell you guys exactly what they said here. And I said, so with all the changes coming starting today, I want to know, I have bags ordered with expedited processing already. Will those stay at expedited? They said, sorry. Wait, hold on. I'm sorry because I was waiting for somebody to come. So they said, good morning, Ebony. Thanks for waiting, and I apologize for our delay. Yes, your bag preferences for each bag will stay the same. So I asked, so any bag ordered going forward, expedited is limited to 2 a month? They said that's correct. So going forward, you can order 2 expedited bags per month, but you can send them in whenever you like. So they're basically saying that every month, even if you're not sending a bag that month, every month you can just order two. So, if you're still sending to them, you'll have to kind of already in for the next month or however you want to do it. But you can order 2 each month and they'll just be there. So I've already gotten, I think I already have 10. Like I had 10 backups so that, 'cause that's how the max that they allowed me to order. So I ordered 10 so that I had to back up for when items came back that were reclaimed or items that came back, and I would send them in again in order to be sold. But I wanted to have my bags in order for just in case something like this happened. And so I'm happy I did. And they said we are sensitive to the amount of changes we are making, and we encourage you to reach out if you have any thoughts or questions. For clarity, the only change that affects current kits is the shortening of the reclaim window. All other changes apply to kits you send in from today forward. We are hopeful that our clean out experience will evolve to better service all types of sellers, resellers. Your detailed feedback is welcome and appreciated. Drop us a line here. We'll read every response and do what we can to make our platform work as hard for you as possible. Thank you for your continued support and for helping to inspire a new generation of consumers to think secondhand first. So you guys, that about sums it up. That's all the changes that they have coming as of today. Not tomorrow, not 30 days from now, as of right now, today. So, like, how do you feel about the changes? Will you be sending to ThredUp still? Like, I knew it was coming. I know y'all knew too. You knew it was coming, but I did not know it was going to be a bang like that. I didn't know it was going to be like that. I thought it was going to be a 30-day notice. They were going to give us a notice, like give us a notice. We're going to prepare. We're going to be trying to figure out what to do. how we wanted to proceed as our business, as a reseller, as even the consumers that send items. Like, you still need to be prepared on how or if it even benefits you. But with these changes, sometimes sending certain items will not benefit me. So we'll see as things progress. Maybe they'll change some things back because of the feedback they get, or maybe, I mean, I don't wish bad on any platform, but maybe they won't receive as many items. I think that's what's going to happen. They're not going to receive as many items and the type of items that they're used to receiving because of like the many changes. And, people don't want to pay extra fees for reclaiming items. And I don't know, it's just a lot of rules that you have to follow and know in order to be on the platform. And it's just, is it all worth it in order to sell on the platform? And we'll just have to kind of see how the platform changes based off of that. But I know they have, how many? I have like 7. I have maybe 5. I have like, let me check. So currently I have 5 selling kits, and I have, let's see, I have 6 received kits that have to be processed. So yeah, so I have a lot of items that are still, there. And I think I'm just gonna let those that are there ride. But when it comes to sending more, I'm just not ready to send any more items to them yet because I don't know. All these changes and trying to figure all that pricing and all this stuff out, it's a lot to me. And I just want to know if it's going to be worth it, if the platform, of the pricing, is it going to be worth it, of how low I have to price items, the changes that I have to make, because I don't want to pay $5.99 per item to in order to reclaim. So that means if I don't want to pay that $5.99 per item to reclaim, I have to make sure my price is lower than at least the 50%. So yeah, so it's gonna be different. And I just started on the platform, so I'm not like all up in it like a lot of people are. A lot of people have thousands of items, listings just going and flowing with ThredUp, and ThredUp was their niche and everything, and then now bam. But as I have said before, and as many of you have said before, it is just a platform. It's a platform that we can't do anything about. We can offer feedback, we can offer our suggestions. They can listen to them or they can ignore them. And it's like either you're going to use the platform or not. And that's basically kind of how it is. So we'll see if the consumer purchasing, items change because of the items that they have available, because of people not really, maybe selling to them anymore, seeing if it's worth it. So, they have to adjust their business model according to how everything kind of works with them. And I understand that they have to be overwhelmed right now because they're receiving so much. But at the same time, they have to, I understand that they have to make changes, but I don't know. To me, it's just the way they went about making these changes. It's not cool, and it's not fair for them to make the changes in the way they did, not really giving us a 30-day notice. It's just as bad as whenever they, did change, on that day in October, where they just changed some people's items where they had to change prices and things of that sort. It's just as bad if you're just sending a message and saying effective immediately, these are all the changes. A lot of people on their platforms said that they got the same response that I did, that we were going to get a 30-day notice, and that did not happen. That was not so. So I don't know. I'm not sending anything more into ThredUp. That's just me. You do as you wish. I'm not sending anything more. I'm gonna let them have what they have, and we'll just go from there and see. I'm never gonna say never, so I'm not going to say I'm never going back to them. We're just going to have to assess and see how everything goes with what I have that's already there and with these changes that they have made starting today. So yeah, so I appreciate you guys for watching. Let me know down below, comment down below, you guys, what you are doing now with your ThredUp. Are you still sending things to them? Or you feeling, a certain way about these changes that are happening? You guys, I hope I broke it down enough for you guys to kind of understand what's going on. But yeah, so let me know down below. Please like, comment, subscribe. Thank you guys for watching. Just Ebby. I'm out.